have you been a city commissioner?
I was.
Then you were like a mayor,
Yes, sir.
and then you were like a representative,
Correct.
and now you want to be a congressman.
Correct.
Okay, so why?
The issues that face our country need to be resolved in Washington. We need to get back to the Judeo-Christian values that our country was founded upon. National security is obviously an issue in everybody's mind right now. We've got issues with taxation, we've got issues with our debt, we need a balanced budget amendment. There's a lot of things that if you listed all the critical things that we need in our country today, I believe the bulk of them need to come from Washington. Florida's in pretty good shape. We're not perfect, but we're in great shape. We do balance our budget. We don't spend more than we make. And I think most of our taxation and our regulation is decreasing every year. We are lowering our taxes and lowering our regulations every year in Florida, and we need to do that in Washington. So I think we need some of Florida in Washington.
So how are you going to do it, Fred? There's a bunch of losers in Washington. So how are you going to convince them? Are you just hoping?
The reality is one individual isn't going to change the world without a whole lot of other individuals that have the same beliefs and values and goals. So it's about building coalitions, and all I want to do is go to Washington and be an advocate for states' rights and talk about some of the things I talk about are cutting, which might be a 50% cut or a total elimination. I'd love the total elimination, but cutting at least by 50% the federal departments of education, energy, housing and urban development, labor, interior, environmental protection agency, those 6 agencies. There's nothing in the Constitution that gives the feds the authority to get involved in those arenas. We need to get them back to the states. So if we send some people to Washington that have some state experience, that understand the states can take care of these things. We don't need Washington trying to tell us how to run our states. Remember, the federal government was formed by the states. We are the United States of America, meaning the states formed the United States, the federal government, and it seems that the federal government wants to usurp that authority, but it's not constitutional, it isn't there, and we need to make sure that that stops happening.